talk about the Jeffrey Epstein suicide. A lot of people, are online claiming that it was mortal by the Clintons. The Clintons had him killed and all this kind of stuff. I don't know. Okay, so here's the details. Jeffrey Epstein basically tried to commit suicide. He failed to do so and then was put on a 24-hour suicide watch. Now, there's still some confusion of whether or not he was still on suicide watch when he died. I mean, he was still locked up in the cell for the 24-hour suicide watch, but there was, they're saying that he may have been not watched when it happened. Anyways, some people are trying to say that it was murdered by the Clintons or other people tried to kill him. I just don't know. So here's some of the facts of the case. Jeffrey Epstein was a child molester who was convicted way back in 2008 but got off for some reason, and now he was arrested again and was charged again for the same crime, or charged again this time, or charged for a different crime. Anyway, she was charged for basically underage prostitution, rings, and all that kind of stuff, and he's probably going to go to jail for the rest of his life. He was also helping the district attorney and was going to testify against some very powerful people. So initially, the conspiracy theories and all that stuff comes out about whether Jeff Epstein was murdered and all that kind of stuff, and the FBI is investigating, obviously. The coroner was investigating, stuff like that. They said it was apparent suicide. My thoughts on it, it probably was a suicide. I mean, sometimes things look a certain way when they're not really a certain way. And here's the fact of the matter. He did try to commit suicide before he was put on suicide watch. That's a fact. He did try to do that. Now, what could have happened was somebody just didn't decide to go, somebody just didn't decide to basically check on him when they were supposed to, and he may have found a way to commit suicide during his 24-hour watch. So, I mean, he was basically locked in a cell by himself, so I'm imagining there was probably a number of ways that you can actually commit suicide. And I'm sure he's not the first person who was put on suicide watch who actually died during his stay with the suicide watch area of the jail, so or any jail for that matter. I'm sure this is not the first time it happened. So that's kind of where I'm kind of at right now, unless there's some actual true evidence that comes out from the coroner or something like that that actually, contradicts his death or something. Because, like I said, he did try to commit suicide. That's an unstatement fact. He tried to do that. That's why he was put on 24-hour watch. Because if you're trying to kill somebody, they would just kill him and say it was a suicide, not put him on a 24-hour watch. So we know the suicide was him. He tried to do that. Whether or not, someone tried to murder him afterward, I don't think so. I just don't see that happening. Even if he's about to testify against powerful people, if it would have happened, it would happen through a stabbing inside the jail or some other means. They wouldn't go to the distance of trying to convince people it's a suicide. I just don't buy that conspiracy theory. I really do think that he probably just killed himself. This was a dude who was a rich millionaire who had his own private island where he kept young women to basically rape and murder, and now he's stuck in jail, and now he's probably going to be the one getting raped. So like I said, I think he had more reasons to kill himself than he didn't want to kill himself. And I just don't buy the conspiracy theories that people are throwing out. People will say, "Oh, you're such a left winger," or whatever. It's not about policy. It's just about looking at the facts. Fact is, he tried to commit suicide already. Jeffrey Epstein was a bad dude who probably didn't want to face his accusers or face the punishment of his crimes. You remember that one NFL star, Aaron Hernandez, right? He committed suicide too while he was in jail. So I mean, it's not uncommon that these things happen in jails. It's just they're not at the same prestige as Hernandez and Jeffrey Epstein. You know, they're not that known, so you never hear about them, but I'm sure it happens more often than not. And that's probably the truth to it. Like I said, I think the answer is just simple. I think he actually did it. I think he just committed suicide. I guess that's it.